You know, every single night, the moment you close your eyes, you're off on this incredible journey. We all are. But have you ever really stopped and wondered why our brains create these nightly movies? Well, in this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain on the science of dreams.
I mean, think about it. It's this world built entirely out of your own memories and emotions. A private cinema where you are the star, the director, and the audience, all at the same time. A place where the laws of physics just don't apply.
So the big question is, why? Why does this super complex machine in our heads spend hours every single night creating these bizarre, beautiful, and sometimes, kind of terrifying stories?
That's the central question, isn't it? That's what we're digging into today. Together, we're going to explore the sleeping mind to try and understand the real purpose behind our dreams. Okay, but before we can even get to the why, we kind of have to understand the how. So first things first, let's take a look at what's actually going on inside your brain when you dream.
So it turns out most of our really memorable, vivid dreaming happens during a specific phase of sleep called REM, which stands for rapid eye movement. And yeah, it's called that for a super literal reason. Your eyes are literally darting back and forth under your eyelids, almost like you're watching a movie.
And this is where it gets just wild. During REM sleep, your brain is totally lit up. I mean, brain scans show activity levels that are pretty similar to when you're wide awake. But, and this is the crazy part, your body is temporarily paralyzed. It's actually a brilliant little safety feature to keep you from, literally trying to fly or fight a monster in your bedroom. So, what's the deal up there? Well, you can think of it like this. The logical, rational part of your brain, the prefrontal cortex, it's kind of taken a nap. But your emotional center, the amygdala, it is working overtime. And that combination is the perfect recipe for our dreams. Experiences that feel incredibly real and emotional, but are completely untied from logic or the rules of reality.
All right, so we've got the how, but what about the why? Well, one of the biggest theories out there is that dreaming is absolutely crucial for how we learn and remember things. You can really think of it as your brain's own personal nightly filing system.
Just imagine your brain is a librarian at the end of a really busy day. There's this huge pile of new information on the desk. Conversations you had, stuff you read, maybe a new skill you practiced. Dreaming is basically the process of that librarian sorting through that whole pile, carefully filing away the important books and tossing out the random trivial notes. Now, scientists have a name for this, of course. They call it memory consolidation. When you learn or experience something important during the day, your brain basically puts a little tag on it. Then, while you're dreaming in REM sleep, it replays these experiences, almost like practicing them. This strengthens the connections and moves that memory from shaky, short-term storage into solid, long-term storage. Pretty cool, huh? And you've totally experienced this, right? This is exactly why you might have recurring dreams about a new video game you've been grinding on, or some new skill you're trying to master for work. Your brain isn't just making random noise. It's literally continuing the work overnight. It's mental practice. But it's not all just about facts and skills. Dreaming also seems to play this massive role in our emotional health. And that brings us to our second big theory. Dreaming is basically a free therapy session every single night. So the idea here is that dreams give us this built-in, safe space to work through difficult, even painful emotions. It's a way for us to re-examine challenging events, but with the emotional volume turned way, way down. Okay, so how does that work? Well, your brain revisits an emotional memory, right? But, and here's the key, while you're in REM sleep, your brain actually suppresses the release of key stress hormones. This allows you to process the memory without that intense fight or flight feeling, which really helps to take the sharp, emotional edge off of it. You know that old saying, time heals all wounds? Well, this idea kind of puts a new spin on it. It suggests that it's not just time that heals, it's the time you spend in REM sleep that's doing the heavy lifting, actively helping us wake up feeling a little bit better, a little bit calmer about whatever happened yesterday. Okay, so we have these two really powerful ideas. One is all about memory, the other is all about our emotions. So, where does that leave us? What is the one true meaning of dreams? Well, the reality is, there probably isn't just one single answer, and honestly, that's what makes it so fascinating. Dreaming is a really complex process, and it's most likely serving multiple functions all at once. It's not memory or emotion, it's probably memory and emotion, and maybe even some other stuff too.
So let's just recap and put it all together. We have memory consolidation, that's for storing important info, like when you dream about a test you studied for. Then there's emotional regulation, that's for soothing emotional pain, which is why you can wake up with a fresh perspective after a stressful day. And some scientists even throw problem solving into the mix. You know, finding those creative eureka moments that sometimes hit you right when you wake up.
So, listen, the next time you wake up from a super weird dream, don't just brush it off as random brain static. I want you to remember that what you just witnessed was a fundamental and deeply productive process. That was your mind, hard at work, sorting things out, healing, and learning.
It's a really cool thought to take with you to bed, isn't it? Your dreams aren't just some passive movie you're watching. They are an active, totally essential part of who you are. So maybe ask yourself tonight, what puzzle, what memory, or what emotion do you think your brain is going to tackle while you're asleep? Sweet dreams.
Style.